These are the weirdest moments ever caught on security cameras. They really do catch everything these days. We all make mistakes, and every now and then that means you'll destroy some expensive machinery at work. But this man took that to a new level. The boat's obviously a goner. Anyone could have predicted that. But he also forgot to put the handbrake on his forklift. These kids decided that breaking the TV was their best option. I don't quite know what they were trying to do, but whatever it was, I guess it worked. It's common sense that you need to pay for your food takeout, but I don't think that quite applies for dogs too. These huskies were more than happy to answer the door and take the food, but when it came to the paying part, that just didn't sit well with them. You might have never realized this, but going to the hairdresser can be pretty dangerous. One wrong move from them and you'll end up like this boy in the background. He definitely wasn't expecting to leave from there with a racetrack across his head. I don't know what happened to cause this disaster, but I'm glad I'm not the person who has to clean up the mess. There's usually a right way and a wrong way to do things. There's no doubt in my mind that this is the latter. Everything she did to deliver that monitor was just wrong on so many levels.
Man, I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear!
I guess she got to it before he ever got the chance. This driver had almost the whole bay to themselves, and yet they still managed to hit the parked car. We all need to watch where we're going, but sometimes the world lays traps for you. It looks like the perfect place to ride a bike, until he finds out that it's all wet cement.
Later.
I guess it could have been worse. He could have been stuck there forever. This guy had a trick up his sleeve, but it wasn't gonna pan out how he thought it would. Some stories really do have a perfect ending. This guy's apartment doesn't seem to have anything out of place, until he carefully moves a table a couple of feet. Most people don't climb fences for a reason, so you have to wonder what was going through this guy's mind. Never try to climb over a wobbly fence in the middle of a busy road. Actually, I wonder if anything was going through his mind at all.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay?
Have a look behind the fence and you'll see a car on a truck. Or is it a car rolling off a truck? Tell me you're getting fired without telling me you're getting fired. This guy was just having a poolside snooze when a little bear came to visit. Lucky for him, the bear was more afraid than he was. When you're least expecting it at work, a stack of pizzas might arrive and then this happens. We can all sympathize with that. You'll get to the pizzas a whole lot quicker though if you don't have to cross a sea of broken glass to pick up your delivery. We all get lost in our thoughts sometimes, but there's a time and place for everything. By the looks of it though, he was quickly snapped back to reality when his mom saw it all happen in front of her. These guys are doing exactly what it looks like. They're trying to get their horse in an elevator, and sure enough, they do get it in, and then they take it straight back out again. Why? Wheeling a tower of beer around is easy.
Yes! 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 No! No! No!
I do admire his dedication though. He did try to catch them, even if that was never going to work. You don't need to be a builder to know that what these guys did was wrong. Yeah, he probably shouldn't have been resting on the wall, but maybe a bit of cement to keep it all together would have helped a lot too. If Santa arrived late this year, maybe it's because of this. I hope he managed to catch him in the end. If you've ever had a plant go missing, it's probably because of this guy. The poor plant never even saw it coming.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
They say what goes around comes around. This guy must have really been on the goalpost bad side. I don't know what he could have possibly done, but there was no way he was getting out of that. Walking into a glass door is the real-life version of slipping on a banana peel, and this guy knows it. He milks it for all it's worth before opening the door as carefully as he can. This thief made a huge mistake by trying to grab this woman's bag. She wasn't about to go down without a fight, but her tactic was pretty unusual. She probably realized that everything in her bag could be replaced, but the bike, on the other hand…
Bye, have a great time.
It's hard to know exactly what happened here, but it looks like that machine intentionally spat a tub of milk onto the floor. But no matter what caused it, the real bad news is that he still has to clean it up. Packaging should be easy, but after seeing this, I think we might have it all wrong. I don't know if this huge contraption is the normal tool for this job, but if it is, they might want to come up with a better system. Every pet owner knows that animals are always up to something, but as this dog proves, it's not just cats who get up to mischief. This dog decided its owner's fluffy hood was an ideal toy, and he didn't care if the hood was still attached to her. Luckily, she seems to think it's even funnier than the dog does. A pony carelessly walking into a police station definitely isn't something you see every day, but whatever his reason was, he seemed determined to complete his mission. In the end, it seems like he got what he wanted though. This girl got a bit carried away while mopping the floor at work. The office was empty after all, except she'd forgotten about two things. She wasn't facing the direction of the door, and more importantly, there were a whole lot of cameras watching. At least her customer was impressed. After someone decided to get rid of their Halloween costume, this man wasn't about to let an opportunity like that pass him by. Instead of throwing it in with the rest of the trash, he decided to try it on for himself. The police really do have it hard, even on a normal day at the office like this. I'm sure he would have never imagined a microwaved egg being his biggest threat of the day.
Bomb has been defused.
Gardening is no one's cup of tea, but I bet this guy didn't quite imagine it would end up like this. I wonder what hurt more, his pride or diving headfirst in a bin full of twigs.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
People have weird hobbies, but they usually do them where no one can see them. These guys were forced to take theirs outdoors though. Kayaking on grass? Well, I guess you might as well give it a try if you happen to have a golf cart handy. Sometimes the biggest mistakes lead to the greatest of victories. I'm sure he wasn't actively trying to do that, but hey, at least he helped out the people on the other table. It seems like the best trick shots are always the ones that happen by accident. Many times the most expensive purchases are also the biggest objects, and it's up to the delivery people to have it arrive in one place. And sometimes that means carrying double-door fridges up the front steps. Or, you know, not quite getting it up the stairs. What? Everyone could learn a thing or two about remaining calm from this guy. It's not every day a house falls on top of a car while you're walking past, but he didn't mind. He stopped for a moment before continuing with the rest of his day as though nothing happened.
Yeah, boy.
You might think that the first rule of driving is knowing how to steer a car or maybe watching your speed.
Whoa! Don't be a hero.
But it's simpler than that. What it really comes down to is remembering to put up your handbrake. I'll bet he won't be making that mistake ever again.
No.
This moment is about as close as you can get to a disaster without anything bad actually happening. The crane hook accidentally started swinging at exactly the wrong moment, and somehow it managed to miss the car and the man by the tiniest margin you'll ever see.